Dolly Parton's story begins in a place where survival itself was an achievement. Born in a small cabin in the Smoky Mountains, she grew up surrounded by love, but also by deep poverty. Her family struggled daily, often lacking basic comforts that many take for granted. Yet, within that hardship, something powerful was forming. Music filled the gaps that money could not. Her mother's songs and her grandfather's preaching created a rhythm that shaped Dolly's earliest memories. Though she faced teasing and exclusion at school because of her background, she carried a quiet determination. She didn't yet know how far she would go, but she understood one thing clearly. She wanted more. That desire didn't come from greed, but from hope, a belief that life could be different beyond the mountains. The leap toward a dream. Leaving home was not easy, but it was necessary. With little more than courage and a dream, Dolly set out for Nashville. The city was full of talent, ambition, and competition, and it did not welcome her warmly. Doors closed quickly, and rejection became a constant companion. People dismissed her appearance, her voice, and her style, often before giving her a real chance. It would have been easy to give up, to return home and accept a quieter life. But Dolly refused to let others define her limits. She worked tirelessly, taking small jobs and writing songs late into the night. Even when doubt crept in, she kept going. Her belief in herself became stronger than the voices telling her she wasn't enough, and slowly, that persistence began to open doors. Finding opportunity in unexpected places. A turning point came when she joined a popular television show, gaining exposure and stability. It seemed like the breakthrough she had been waiting for, and in many ways, it was. She gained recognition, and her talent reached a wider audience. However, success came with complications. The opportunity that lifted her also placed limits on her creativity. She found herself guided, shaped, and sometimes controlled in ways that didn't feel true to who she was. Gratitude kept her going for a while, but deep inside, she knew she wanted more freedom. The struggle wasn't just about fame anymore, it was about identity. She wanted to be heard on her own terms, not as part of someone else's vision. That realization marked the beginning of a new internal battle. The courage to walk away. Choosing to leave a secure position is never easy, especially when it comes with risk. Dolly faced uncertainty, financial pressure, and the possibility of losing everything she had built. Yet she made the difficult decision to step away and reclaim her independence. This moment defined her career in ways no success ever could. It wasn't just about leaving a partnership, it was about choosing herself. She poured her emotions into her music, turning personal experiences into songs that resonated deeply with listeners. Her voice carried authenticity, and people connected with that honesty. Walking away was not the end of something. It was the beginning of her true journey. For the first time, she was fully in control of her art and her future. Building a legacy through creativity. Once free, Dolly's creativity flourished. She wrote songs that became timeless, each one reflecting pieces of her story and her perspective. Her ability to blend emotion with storytelling set her apart. She didn't follow trends. She created her own path. Her work began reaching beyond country music, connecting with audiences from different backgrounds. This expansion wasn't accidental. It was the result of courage and innovation. She embraced change without losing her roots, proving that authenticity could thrive in any space. Her success grew steadily, but it never seemed to change her core values. She remained grounded, always remembering where she came from. That connection to her past became one of her greatest strengths. The hidden cost of success. While her career soared, the personal cost was significant. Constant work, travel, and pressure created emotional strain. Behind the public image of confidence and joy, there were moments of exhaustion and loneliness. Success brought visibility, but it also created distance from the simple life she once knew. Relationships required effort, and time became a limited resource. She often found herself balancing ambition with the need for connection. It wasn't always easy, and there were periods where the weight of it all felt overwhelming. Yet, she continued moving forward, finding ways to cope and adapt. Her resilience wasn't about avoiding struggle. It was about learning how to live through it without losing herself. Facing inner battles. There were times when the challenges became deeply personal. Emotional struggles tested her strength in ways success never could. She has spoken about moments when she felt lost, questioning everything despite her achievements. These experiences remind us that success does not erase vulnerability. Even those who seem strong can face inner battles. What mattered most was her ability to seek help, reflect, and rebuild. She didn't pretend to be perfect, and that honesty became a source of strength. By acknowledging her struggles, she found a way to move forward. Her journey shows that resilience is not about never falling. It's about finding the strength to rise again, even when the path is unclear. Turning pain into purpose. One of the most remarkable aspects of Dolly's life is how she transformed her experiences into something meaningful for others. She never forgot what it felt like to grow up with so little, and that memory shaped her actions. Her efforts to support education and provide resources for children reflect a deep sense of empathy. She understood that opportunity can change lives, and she wanted to create that opportunity for others. Her giving was not about recognition, it was about impact. She focused on helping quietly, consistently, and sincerely. This commitment to kindness became a defining part of her legacy, showing that true success is measured by what you give, not just what you achieve. Love, privacy, and balance. Despite living in the public eye, Dolly managed to maintain a deeply personal and private relationship with her husband. Their bond stood strong over the years, built on mutual respect and understanding. While her career demanded attention, her personal life remained grounded. This balance was not always easy, but it was intentional. She created boundaries that allowed her to protect what mattered most. In a world that often demands constant visibility, choosing privacy can be an act of strength. Her relationship became a reminder that not everything meaningful needs to be shared with the world. Some things are meant to be protected, nurtured quietly, and cherished without external validation. A life that continues to inspire today, Dolly Parton's story stands as a powerful example of resilience, creativity, and compassion. She is not just remembered for her music, but for the way she lived her life. Her journey from hardship to global recognition is inspiring, but it is her kindness that leaves the deepest impact. She shows that success does not have to come at the cost of humanity. Instead, it can be used as a tool to uplift others. Her life reminds us that where we start does not define where we can go. With determination, authenticity, and a willingness to give back, it is possible to create something meaningful. And in doing so, we leave behind a legacy that truly matters.